Till I saw you, didn't know lost till I lost you. Back on track, swear to be true. I didn't know lost till.
Welcome back to the broadcast. American alternative rock band Cary Pierce is a Dallas-based duo that has been around since 1988. And part of that duo is here with us today. Everyone, please welcome Cary Pierce. How are you?
Good, thank you very much.
Cary, you cannot be that old.
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
I'm 44 years old, father of 3.
What kind of skin cream do you use?
Aveeno. I'm glad you asked.
Aveeno.
I put on some Aveeno this morning. I wanted to look fresh. I didn't want to
You
look
do. You look very
ashy.
fresh-faced.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Cary Pierce, y'all broke up for a while. Y'all took 5 years off. Were you like on a break? Like,
No.
was it like, were there intentions of getting back together?
There was none. We didn't speak for 5 years. So we broke up at the end of '98, and we didn't speak until 2002. We got back together and started playing shows.
And then you
What
bumped
made
into
you
each
get
other and were
back
like, I
together?
missed you so much.
Yeah, we were really blessed. I lived with my manager, Brady Wood. A lot of people know Brady Wood in Dallas. He used to own Trees and the Green Room and Jeroboam and all those things, and with his brother Brant. And those guys, Jack was roommates with Brant for years. I was roommates with Brady for years. So we were all really good friends. And they were just scheming. Every time I think they'd sit around and listen to our music, they'd be like, gosh, we gotta get those guys back together. Come on, what do we need to do? And then one time it was a perfect storm. I was going through a really painful divorce. I had really just felt like I had nothing left in my life. Brady called me and said, hey man, I really think we need to get back together. And Vertical Horizon, a lot of people are familiar with the band Vertical Horizon, they kind of signed on to be our backing band. So they came in, and so they're kind of in the green room with us, and Jack comes in. I haven't seen him in 5 years, you know, so just to have the glue there of having our old friends Vertical Horizon with us in the room, and we did it at Gypsy Tea Room in 2002, and sold out a couple shows, and thought, man, we've got a gift here that we want to keep giving.
You must have left and split up in anger, or hurt
Give us
feelings.
the dirt. What really went down? I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, it was, I think, you know, Jack, we had met as theater majors at SMU in Dallas. We were both there on theater scholarship, and we kind of bonded in the theater department. And I think Jack really thought after graduation he'd go off to New York and be an actor. And this Cary Pierce thing was kind of like a 10-year sidestep. And we had about 3 months off. The band had kind of plateaued. We kind of reached a certain, you know, place in our career. And I think that 3 months off just killed us, because Jack thought, man, this is just time. He was dating a girl in New York that he eventually married. And I think it was just like, man, I just got to be done with Cary Pierce. I can't just kind of take a break. I need to be done. So we didn't speak for 5 years.
Which is kind of the point that all actors and musicians get at some point, and when they're partnerships or with
And you kind of have to like reevaluate your craft a little bit.
Yeah, big time. I took a year off. I did a bunch of.
You took a year off to have 3 children.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Yeah,
Daddy.
When Cary Pierce broke up, I started flipping houses. I always loved architecture and design, so I love your set. I like everything about it.
So you mentioned like Trees and Gypsy Tea Room. How has Dallas been instrumental in helping, you know, Cary Pierce initially start, and then kind of the revival of y'all getting back together? I mean, have the live venues here been instrumental in that?
That's a great question. We love Dallas. We're completely founded in Dallas. SMU is our complete home base. So having that foundation of 8,000 people in one place that all like to do things together was just a huge foundation for us. So when we got back together and we played Gypsy Tea Room, and then we played House of Blues, and we played many a venue. We're playing the Winspear Opera House in
Yes, and then
September.
something cool that I've heard y'all are doing is this city tour where people can start in Santa Barbara and follow you there, and then, because your fans are very loyal, I hear. So June 8th, you'll be in Santa Barbara, correct?
June 8th, we do these things called destination shows, kind of excuse shows, for a lot of people just to get away out of town, for a lot of couples to get away.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
And then New York City.
We're doing New York City. We're doing Thanksgiving in New York City, November 29th. We're doing Carnegie Hall.
And then you'll be in Dallas.
Carnegie Hall?
Carnegie Hall.
That's a dream
Yes.
to get to play in Carnegie Hall.
I'm excited.
How did that happen? No, we don't have time to find out.
But you will be back here in September at, like you said, Winspear Opera House.
September 7th, Winspear Opera House. Tickets go on sale this Friday.
Okay, perfect. And we want to make sure that you come back, and when you do come back. But don't worry, because you are performing. You guys, Cary's going to stick around and perform for us a little bit later in the show.